make sure that everything was going well with the stream. We've had some technical difficulties recently. And I had to clean up the kitchen, so I make sure that that was taken care of. But today, now that I've got y'all here, today we're going to be focusing on painting up these wonderful gentlemen. Actually, you know what? Let me go clean my glasses real quick. Just like a film. I just need to make sure that they're clean. Oh yeah, a little bit of Windex fixes everything. I can see. I can see. Good old Johnny Z in the house. Go. So, for those of you who don't know, right? For those of you who don't know, Johnny Z was is one of the original, like, him, and I want to say one of the, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was just him and like a few others were like one of the original people that really got me introduced to, like, um not necessarily the nerd culture in and of itself, but like the con culture. Like, it was really like you want to talk about like my pedigree um when it comes to going to conventions and whatnot. They were really the thing. Mark, how are you doing today? It's a painting session today, guys, with a little bit of lore drop about good old Commissar. All right. Always the gray hordes waiting in the winds, waiting in the wings. Yeah, no, seriously. Actually, speaking about gray hordes, um, I finally got Brianna some models. Speaking of which, here, let me just put the camera out. Just so I finally got Brianna some models. So we got her the Fernesian. Dear, am I too loud? Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, Hey, Joker, let's not talk about that, right? Like, I get it. Like, you're one of the few that I've worked with in the past, but you know that this stream's not that. I'm gonna give you a warning. Like, I don't necessarily want to talk about. I watched the Sam Harris video. Yeah, like I said, dude. So here's the thing, man. Like, we're not gonna talk about that. We just aren't. Like if we start streams for if we start streams for and we want to talk current events, yeah, then we can start talking about that. But time and place, man. Time and place. Like, I appreciate that you're like interested in, you and me being in the military. I get that. Um and like you actually want to like learn about stuff. But one, I wouldn't do Sam Harris. And then two, um the reason why I wouldn't do Sam Harris is because there's just better options. War graphics or War Fronts now that it's called, um, uh, and some of the more research backed channels. You should do those. Um, but yeah, let's. I don't. I'm going to give you a warning. Don't do that. We're just trying to chill. Just trying to talk about Warhammer and stuff. Um, and without me getting into, like I said, yeah, when you do retire. So, do I have retired air? Do I have? Oh, I have Air Force veteran. Damn. On my tags. That's probably why you're asking all the politics and stuff. Gotcha. Well, I'll have to change that a little later. The Krieg stuff looks cool. The Krieg stuff does look cool. Oh my god, I'm so excited for the Krieg. But anyway, as I was saying before we got sidetracked, right? Uh, Brianna now has, so like Morgan's got the Griffhounds, right? That she likes to paint, and to keep Brianna from painting the Griffhounds and like playing with them, I got her some Fenrisian wolves. I don't think that she's gonna get into what's called space wolves, but it's just something that she can get into and all that stuff. So I'm excited, and you might catch a dad daughter stream where I teach the girls how to paint and all that stuff. So that actually might be something that we do. Anyway, so that's what's going on for today. Yeah, yeah. I don't I don't like necessarily streaming like the family too much, but like if I can get my girls, and I kind of want them to like get into Warhammer. I really secretly do, because I think that they'll have a blast. Like, I have fun playing, and I know they'd have fun playing. Um, but even if they don't get into Warhammer, the fact that I'm allowing them, the fact that I really want them to like explore their artistic side, um, is what I really, really, really want. Like, that's the kind of the big goal. But yeah, Mark, I think the Death Corps of Krieg are fantastic. I really do. I think the Death Corps of Krieg are awesome. We've been begging for plastics for how long now? We have to nurture the next generation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I want them to find their hobbies on their own. But I wouldn't mind if they loved Warhammer. I was actually playing a battle report. I was actually playing a game with a friend of mine. What was it? Earlier on in the, I think it was earlier on in October, And Bree was just like, "Oh, I want to play with your models," and I'm like, "Oh well, Daddy's in the middle of a fight right now." It was playing against the penitent host, the sister's penitent host. Oh my God, you want to talk about just fucking the most gnarliest list. The penitent host is gnarly. My guardsmen didn't stand a chance. Like I did kill models. I did kill like their penitent engines and all that stuff, but Jesus. All right, let's get to it. I've heard that the penitents are both tough and fast. So it the thing about a penitent host is the arcoflagellants. If you embark them into a rhino, you can drive the rhino up 12 inches, right? So you're gonna have to. There's gonna be at least one turn where the rhino is where the arcoflagellants are in the rhino completely. But you drive the rhino up 12 inches, and then the next turn you disembark them. You know, they can move, advance, um, and charge in the same turn. So they've got an 18-inch threat zone, and it's just, dude, it's brutal. It's brutal. And you can't like it took me unloading um every round I had. It took me unloading like three Imperial Guard squads just to reduce Arcoflagellant squad down to like one. Like it was gnarly. I'm not gonna lie. Death Guard Terminators are so stupid strong. I'm stoked fighting them next time. Oh yeah, Death Guard Terminators. I mean, anything that the Death Guard have is just ridiculous because they're feel no pain rules and all that stuff. I mean, it's if it's not one thing, it's another. All right, now that we're okay, so now the debate that we have is first. Let's actually make sure that all the berets are blue. I can do cleanup later because I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna alternate faces. We're gonna alternate skin tones for the faces because the skin tones I have for the faces that we're going to be using today is we have Cadian flesh tone, right? So we got Cadian flesh tone. We have Night Quester flesh. We have Catachan flesh. We have Elf flesh, or as it's now called, Kislev flesh. Oh, I'll just need to top off a little bit of Larman's medium for that. Just a little. did you see the Aspects Tacticus video, or the Aspects Tactics video talking about how Death Guard Terminators are pretty much the Apex Terminator unit? I mean, I haven't seen it, but yeah, it's their Aspect Tactics does a lot. Like they do a lot of research when it comes to like bang for your buck when it comes to models and stuff. So, dude, I can't wait. And you know what? Actually, speaking about the Death Corps Creek, now that I'm actually looking at them, ah, did you notice that the Codex, the Astra Militarum Codex, it's worth watching. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the Astra Militarum Codex now features. This is the first time the Astra Militarum Codex. It's not a spin-off. It's not a spin-off codex. It just says Codex Astra Militarum. It's the first time that there is a non-Cadian unit on the cover. If you look at the community page, now here, I'll show you. I'll show you guys. I'll link it in the chat real quick. Oh, maybe I can't. There we go. I'll link it in the chat real quick. If you guys look at that community page, uh, it's the first time that the the Cadians are not on their cover, um, which I think is good. First time in a while, actually, because I don't have the old codexes, but every single codex that I've collected, I think ever since third, it's always been Acadian on the front cover. So now, as far as the release, we don't have a release day. Now, if only now if only they can bring back the other variant guard, the Talarn, the Mordians, the Restorians. Heck, even update the cat. Well, I mean the Catachans. I mean, bro. Hold on. Let's try and find that Chrome. Let's try and find the Chrome output. Hold on. Chrome window. Hold on. Let's see. Let me try and find this guy. Hold on. Let me do painting overlay too. The Catachans now. The Catachans now just look like baby Ogren. Oh, 100% they look like baby Ogren. Hold on, Astra Militarum. I wonder if they. Oh no. Oh no, it's temporarily out of stock. Like, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Like, bro, his face is melted. Like, look at that face. Look at that face. It's melted. I mean, woof. The dude just needs a nap. Cheap price though for $30. I love the expression on the bottom right guy. All the guy, it's like he's got a stroke and his knife. He's experiencing a stroke and he's got a knife. The knife guy pointing down. Like, don't get me wrong, they're decent. Also, the paint jobs are kind of dated. Oh yeah, 100% they're dated. 100% they're dated. GW has no right selling those anymore. I mean, for 37 bucks, that's pretty good. I mean, it's temporarily out of stock, but that's still a decent steal. I mean, compared to the rest of the Astra Militarum range, like 52 bucks for Cadians. 52 bucks for Cadians, and only 37 bucks for Catachan, right? And then of course you've got all the Forge World stuff that's out of print, right? Sold out online, sold out online. All the resin stuff for the Deathcore, and it's because they're switching it up. But if you look at, I think it's the Kill Team. I think the Deathcore Kill Team's still here. Hold on, let me see. Oh no, it's not. Eddie! I, th- I thought I was following you. It's all right. It's all right. How was I not following you? Oh, okay. It's okay. It's all right. Twitch sometimes acts kind of weird. But anyway, as I was saying, oh, and the alert kicked off. Oh, that's cool. But anyway, as I was saying with the, well, let me go back to this one. And as I was saying with the models, um, yeah, I'm surprised it didn't show the kill team. Hold on, Kazarkin kill team. Oh, I must have passed it. No, command squad, engineers, command squad, thud gun crew. No. Oh wow, wow. They took the kill team. Oh, that's weird. Hold on. Search the store. Deathcore. The Movember Stash game is strong. Oh yeah, man. I mean, it was just, you know, I'm gonna have to shave it because we're doing chem training next week. So, or this upcoming Monday. So I gotta shave it. I gotta shave it so I'm in compliance. Well, that's weird that it's not showing the Deathcore kill team. Oh, that's kind of screwy. Damn, they really did take out the Deathcore. That's kind of upset. I thought you were allowed. I thought you were allowed stashes and goatees, but not full beard. No, no, no. Um, you're allowed mustaches, and some people are allowed beards if they have a shaving waiver. The issue is that because we are doing Seaburn, I need to just shave it off and just there has to be like no doubt in their minds that we're in compliance with the regs. So plus I haven't you know uh, I excuse me. Plus I've God, what's it called? I can't think. Words are hard. Plus I haven't shaved in over a month anyway, so just shave and restart. Right. I've given my face a break from razors. But anyway, okay. Let's get to it. was fun. I went to school for chem and bio warfare in Aberdeen years ago. Yeah, this one's just updating for Seaburn training. Like that's all. It's required training. So it's all it is. It's just additional training that I got to do. So come Monday, it'll be shaved. Um, actually, speaking about streams and whatnot, we will be streaming on Thursday, uh, or maybe Friday. So I think Thursday. Well, actually, probably yeah, Thursday. We'll probably be streaming Thursday night. My folks are into town this Monday, so we're you know while I'm working, I can't be hanging out with them. But afterwards, they're gonna have Thanksgiving with us. Um, so I'll be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or not Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Um, so there's always that. But um, yeah, it's so streaming probably maybe Thursday night, definitely Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday. But yeah, we're gonna be doing an Atso rodeo and a Seaburn training, and I had to get picked for a team to go through it. So come Monday, this mustache will be gone. So I'm fully in compliance with the regs. Not that this mustache isn't in compliance. I mean, it's a little long, but um, it's still in compliance with AFI 36-2903. I gotta keep up with the regs, especially with the world going at the moment. I mean, as I've said before, take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. It's all you can do. It's all anyone can do. Well, I take that back. Take it one day at a time. I'll post my pictures of town Discord I'm using on a play at a tournament soon. All right, Mark. I'll definitely. That I actually do want to see your town. Your painting's really good, man. As a reminder, for those of you that want to join my community Discord, um, it is in the chat, and all you just have to do is join that link and obey by the rules and regulations of the Discord. But yeah, so I guess my thoughts of like what's going on in the world right now, without diving into politics per se, but you know, is control what you can control. But if you don't like where things are headed, or you're worried about where things are headed, or you feel that, you know, or you feel upset because certain people, certain people's rights are, are going, are under attack, right? Um, or if you're a if you're a firm believer in the marginalized in upholding, societal truths to marginalized people, that kind of a thing, you cannot just sit idly by and say, well, what can you do? Um, you have to work with the ground that's given to you, and you have to lay down that ground as best as possible. Um, and is it going to be difficult? Yes. Is it going to be incredibly frustrating and upsetting at times? Absolutely. Is it going to be demoralizing at times? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But whenever you are trying to correct a systemic wrong within society, whether it's a social injustice, that was my Chrome crashing from too many tabs open. Oh, I'm sorry. It's all right, Johnny. It's all right. I was kind of answering a question that has been I have seen popped up a little bit, which is basically, um, you know, oh, the world's going to hell. What can you do? Or, oh, you got to be prepared for what's going on because at any point this can kick off. And while that's true, my just don't mind me. It's okay. Um, so what I was saying is that, like, while things are bleak, and while some people might feel uh, unmotivated or demotivated to do anything because all they see is just negativity, my challenge to them, and of course, I'm speaking from a position of not necessarily privilege, but not necessarily privilege or advantage, but like comfort, I should say. I'll say that, um, because I'm not a person that struggles with you know people attacking my personhood because because I'm a trans person, or people attacking my personhood because I'm gay, or people attacking my personhood because I'm a minority. Like, I'm not that, so I don't experience that. But uh, the thing that I will say is that you got to work the ground that you're given. You have to work the ground that you're given. And yes, it is rather rich of a white guy, a white heterosexual cisgendered guy, finger wagging and saying, "Oh, don't give up." "Oh, that's not the right way of doing things." So I get that 100%, right? But if you truly, truly believe in the word ally, right? If you truly believe in the word supporter, and you see an injustice in the world that's happening, it is incumbent upon you to help work the ground that's been presented to those people that either feel targeted, or they have suffered any sort of injustice, or they have suffered a wrong, or whatever the case might be, right? Um, and so, it falls on the people that are in a place of comfort to help those that are in discomfort get to that place of comfort. Um, you know, don't like you got to if you want to make the world a better place, you have to put some skin in the game. You have to put some skin in the game. I've been doing it for damn near 16 years, and I will continue to do it until I retire. And then after I retire, you know, I'll continue to do it then. And I'll probably be even more active because, I won't have necessarily as many shackles as um, as I have now. The longtime listeners are here to enjoy Warhammer and the hobby to escape from worldly worlds, and I'll leave it at that. Oh, sorry. I meant I understand that, Mark, and so yes, my job here is solace, is to provide that bomb. I just meant to. I was talking to Eddie Munns about oh man, the world's going to hell. Yes, it is. It's our job to make sure that it 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 doesn't go that way. You know, those of us who are able to do so, doesn't go that way. And I get why you're frustrated because it's like my biggest heresy is I have Imperial Guard fighting for the Tau Empire. Do they have Guevesa regiments in their codex, or is this a count as? I don't have the Tau codex, so that's why I'm asking. Not official ones. Okay. All right. I knew that they were talking about it at one point, having Guevesa regiments, like guard units in the Tau. They don't, but I use Cadians with pulse rifles. Uh, I give them pulse rifles with canteens and chainswords. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, okay, gotcha. So they're a counts as model. It doesn't stop folks from making absolutely amazing conversions. Oh yeah, no, 100%. Look. I'm not dogging on anybody that makes conversions of Guevesa regiments. Um, as a matter of fact, I do enjoy the good old kit bash every once in a while. So but I didn't know if they actually had come out with it. Which, to be in all honest and fairness, that just shows the modularity the of the old guard models. Francis Marion, hello there. I am actually really, really, really excited for community movie night, guys. I really am. Uh, oh yeah, the movie that I was talking about. Um, the movie I was talking about, the Bigfoot movie, was the. It's called Exists, and it's. And let me get the. Let me get the. There we go. So the movie I was talking about for the community movie night for our MST 3K night, like our own homebrew movie night, is we're kind of so for those of you who don't know, my Discord community, as a reward, I really want to do a Mystery Science Theater movie night event. And for those of you that don't know what Mystery Science Theater is, it is a show where uh, a guy is sent up into space, builds two robots, and is sent very bad, like schlocky cult classic movies. Um, and the um, and it could be, it could be Gorgo, it could be Forbidden, or sorry, not Forbidden Planet, Spaceship Earth. It could be like any sort of like traditionally they do 1950s, 60s, 70s, and early 80s sci-fi movies. Um, but but recently they've kind of branched out into other movies. But what so they basically riff and make fun of the movie as they're watching it. And the idea within the community Discord is, um, I was thinking them, right, have like a traditional 1950s, big alien bug thing movie, them, like nuclear ants. Forbidden Planet, that's another one that I think was in the 50s or the 60s. That was really good. And then the cryptid movie that I was talking about was it exists, but I couldn't remember, or sorry, exists, but I couldn't remember the actual name for it. Um, Nami mentioned Planet Not Plan 9, and then uh, the other movie that uh, Johnny Zed had recommended was Svengali with John Barrymore, which was 1931. Super, like super cult, super cult. Um, and but yeah, I was thinking I'm kind of really excited for a movie night. Um, okay, yeah, no, delete, and congratulations, you get a ban. Hey, how's it going? We were just talking about the movie night stuff. Oh man, I lean towards more of the obscure culty stuff. Oh no, 100%. I'm all for it. If it's got a decent-ish storyline and funny as hell, I'm all for it. Or funny as hell, I'm all for it. Like if we can just riff on it, that's amazing. Like the more riffable the movie, the better. Too many years working the Fantasia Film Festival. Oh man, I bet you have some fucking stories. You want to talk about some true deep lore war stories? I bet you got some. I bet you got some amazing war stories when it comes to the Fantasia Film Festival. I do. Do I? Probably can't talk about them on stream. That's the worst part. That's more of a community night where everyone's got some. I worked as a driver for the fest, so I got to meet a lot of the guests. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Just finishing my Dark Angel Chaplain. Ooh, very nice. Honestly, most of my stories are pretty wholesome. Well, you're a wholesome guy. You really are a wholesome dude. And here I am being a fucking degen. For example, Guillermo del Toro and his wife, super nice people. I mean, so like, let's see, who have I met that's like Liam Neeson, fantastic guy. Uh, Richard Biggs, who played Dr. Franklin on Babylon 5 before he passed away. Um, uh, The Lost Skeleton of Cadaver is a good movie matching your requirement descriptors. Ooh, ooh. Zed, have you heard of that one before? I think that's probably up your alley. Let's see, who else have I met? I met James Doohan before he passed away. The original Scotty from Star Trek, the original. Um, the doctor uh, in who played the medic in not Doctor Bashir, but who played the medic in both and Alan Tudyk absolutely worships at the shrine of Gene Wilder. Once you know that, you can't help but see it in his work. Oh, I mean, I could have guessed that. The man is like the law. The Lost Skeleton of Cadaver was an Aresia favorite for years. Oh, we got our film, ladies and gentlemen. We have our film. We have our film. We can't, you can't. We have our film. Like, can't argue that. You can't. Now I gotta go find it and buy it. You can't argue that. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if it's on YouTube. Oh my God, you can't argue that. There's there's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. You can't argue that. There's no way you can argue that. Oh, it even pops up in the search. Oh, it's 2004 too. Okay, all right. We can buy it on YouTube. Man, how did I not remember that? I was more busy in just, being a young con goer. I stand corrected about being done. American independent film. It was a spoof of B-rated movies, budgeted $1,000, acted, directed. Oh, okay. All right. Film was shot in Branston. Oh, in Los Angeles. Okay. All right. All right. Gotcha. Oh, this paint's a little thick. Needs a little bit. In your defense, the showings of Ryu were after running against the Saturday Night Dance. Oh well, yeah, okay. Well, that's why. I was busy doing my own thing. I think I still have a bunch of pictures from the Eresias from yesteryears past. I definitely have them on Facebook. It'll be amazing if I can be able to go back to Aresia after I retire. Oh my god, it'll be great. I haven't been in years, and given the yeah, I know. The con isn't what it used to be, though. Yeah, I know. That's probably something that I definitely want to change when I do retire, and if I'm able to go back and take up the seat, um, you know, probably sit on one of the Eresia committees and oust one of the presidents, do a hostile takeover just to fix everything that they fucked up. The Commissar has returned and summary executions will begin, starting with the hotel liaison, who screwed up the last two frickin' contracts. Boy, did they! Yeah, they sure did. They sure did. For those of you that don't know, a little bit of inside baseball about Regia. They had a contract with, I think, the Hyatt. I want to say it was the Hyatt. And basically, the hotel liaison or the hotel chair, they wrote themselves into basically, I think it was like a 2 year or a 3 year deal with the Hyatt. Unfortunately, one during that 3 year contract deal, the last or second to last year, so it was either the second or third year, they broke the contract and lost a crap ton of money, crap ton of members dues, crap ton of money because they broke the contract. And for a very very short time, it was, I think, about, for, and I say a short time, in conventions a short time is like 4 months. So within that 4 month period, it was, we were unsure if Arisia was going to survive, um, after the basically the litigation started between the Hyatt and the Arisia committee. And it was touch and go. It was touch and go. So, um, and of course, this was right before all the the more awful stuff came out about allegations of the con chair, or one of the con presidents, um, protecting somebody that should have not have been protected. We'll just go with it like that. So yeah. Needless to say, the Arisia chair board needs to be fixed, and I will gladly, when I retire, if I have that. Yeah, they didn't just burn the contract; they burned a lot of the goodwill with the local convention communities. Yeah, they sure did. Oh boy, did they do! Oh my God! So my hope is that, and the hotels. Yep. So my hope is that, Arisia's still around when I come back, and uh, if my post Air Force job isn't as demanding, I definitely am going to sit on the convention committee staff and push for elections, and reform the con chairs and actually do it properly. Who knows? With any luck, I'll actually find a decent legal advisor as well, just so I know what I'm getting into. Because for those of you that don't know, con chairs are really hard to oust, depending on what's written in their bylaws and how you assume a con chair. It could be as simple as an election, or it could be you have to have seniority, which I do. I just never was in their staff. I was always what they would call a regular promoter, somebody that goes regularly, posts on social media, all that stuff, and was like ginned up support and all that stuff. A non-official member of the communications department. Having been a conjurer, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Well, I'm a glutton for pain, so But you weren't a con chair for Aresia. You were a con chair up in Canada, weren't you? If there was a reply to that, I'm gonna say because of the commercial. Oh, okay. I asked if you were. Uh, I asked if you were if you were a con chair up in Canada. You weren't a con chair for Aresia, if I remember correctly. You were just the DJ. Unless you were a con chair and I totally forgot about it. In which case, you have my apologies. That's correct. Yeah, I'm just a. I understand that being a con chair is like somewhat of a thankless job, but I'm a glutton for pain. And plus, I really want Aresia to be what it used to be, which was a very venerable, very well respected, and worked on the security team. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember you being on the security team. I just couldn't remember. For some reason, I thought I was like, man, you're part of security and you're the DJ. Okay, all right. But yeah, so the goal is like I understand that being a concierge is very, very, very hard work. But what bothers me is that you have such a venerable and old. Asides BossCon, Aresia is one of the oldest conventions in the Northeast. So, I kind of want to give the old girl uh, a little bit of life. Hit her with a stim real quick. Give her some Juvenat treatment so she can continue to be a good convention for people to go to. Is it going to be as big as Dragon Con or any of the Comic Con conventions? No, it will never be. But it like a lot of veteran convention goers or a lot of big name convention players cut their teeth at Aresia. And I don't know. That's just me. I remember Dennis giving me dirty looks after he saw me with a Rover walkie-talkie after I finished getting cleaned up after the dance shut down. But Dennis, to be fair, Dennis really, really, really like when you talk about a lot of the old blood of Aresia, you can't get any until the morning shift came online. No, 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 100%, 100%. I mean, but when it comes to like the old blood of Aresia, like the old guard, they gave a shit about quality. Like there was no such thing as shoddy. I mean, there was sort of, but there was no such thing as like there was no such thing as tolerance for shoddy work. Like there was shoddy work done. Every convention has had a department that's lacking in some way, shape, or form, but um, they did their damnedest for quality. You know, they QC'd a lot of people, and it was successful. It was hugely, wildly successful. It's only since this most recent development, particularly during COVID, and of course the incident with that one con chair who was like running cover for a guy that shouldn't have any cover, you know, especially when allegations came out, it was, and those allegations were not just, words on wind, but it seemed to have been quite substantiated allegations too, so it was even worse. Um, it was just like there's not much of the old god left, sadly, between disillusionment about the direction the con is going and sadly in some cases unacceptable behavior. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. And that's what I'm saying. Like I understand that it's going like one getting my foot in the door with the mission that I have about taking a sledgehammer to the convention and like doing some serious renovations of its staff is already going to be difficult as it is. But then when I finally get my foot in the door and pull other people in that I can trust, that is going to be that's going to be difficult as well. But once I'm in, oh buddy, you know, I too have seen I have too have seen the forging of many rings and dumpster fires, and I thrive in that ability. You know, I have taken programs that have been neglected for years. I mean, my first Aresia, the second convention, I was the volunteer for one of the security teams from day one. Yeah, I know, 100%. I could tell some stories. Oh, I bet you can. I think that's what we'll do. I think that's another thing. Sup, just see you on. Wanted to quick off, say well deserved. Hope all's well and all in the chat. Oh, I appreciate you, Kit Bash Carnage. I really miss the fact that I can't see like it seems like you and I just are like passing ships in the night. I really want to support one of your streams one of these days. But anyway, yeah, no, I bet you can. And maybe we'll do that for a community night. Is just share horror stories of our convention stories. Yeah, I'm in UK time, unfortunately, but one day, brother. I appreciate you, Kit Bash Carnage. Keep up that progress. Love to see it. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're just doing faces now. The one thing I struggle with the most is the eyeball goes here, eyeball goes down there. gonna get some. We're gonna take a quick little tea break, and we're gonna get some more tea. Be right back. just waiting for the tea to boil. I want to. I'm trying to figure out when they're going to get released. These Deathcore League. Okay, they did not. I'm reading the thing again for the next year. Yeah. They first quarter. Yeah. They didn't. They did. I was just hoping that there'd be like an actual release date. But hell of a thing. I'll tell you that much. Oh, there goes the tea. All right. It's usually the last Saturday of the month. Yeah, but I like first quarter is January, so is it going to come out January, February, or March, or is it going to come out January? You know, that's my thing. All right, while we're waiting for that tea to steep and set, let's finish this head. We're talking about the Guard Codex. Yes, we are. Could be as late as March, but I'm betting it will be the end of Jan, maybe Feb after everyone's paying off. Still paying off Christmas in Jan. Oh, okay. Given the amount of time since the last Codex release, which was Blood Angels, I suspect it'd be Jan. I hope so. I hope so. I mean, I still can't get over how bullshit it was that the Cadia Stands Codex and the Cadian box set came out, and then not even 7 months later, the new, um, uh, it was completely and totally invalidated because the new edition dropped. Like I was so pissed. I was like, "Oh, cool, a new edition. I bet they just change a little bit of the rules, yada yada." Nope, completely different. Completely different. I was just like, "Ah, okay, fuck me then." Yep. Channeling my inner Jack Nicholson, and here I was thinking you were going to be reasonable. That's why you can still find Deluxe Guard codexes dirt cheap. Normally, codexes are impossible to find. But everyone got the launch boxes and showed their spare codexes. Yeah, 100% they did. 100% they did. They were just like, oh, this book that I spent, that that would have been $60, but because it's a collector's edition, it got bundled into a $210 purchase. Cool, I guess. Fuck me. Just ridiculous. All right, I'm gonna go get that tea. At least the 3-4 Codex of Ninth Edition were really shortly produced. I'm still missing a couple. My damn completionist OCD. Yeah, like I said, I understand that they that timing just kind of screwed up with the guard, but it could have waited a little bit, at least a year. Like had I known we were going to have a whole new edition replace almost all the rules of the codex, I wouldn't have gotten the collector's box. Oh, has everyone seen Dune Prophecy? Remember, GW was at least 3 years in advance. By the time the new edition launches, they're all planning the schedule for the next edition. Yeah, I know, and that's like good. That's like good business management is when you have life cycles like that. But at the same time, it's just like, oh my god, I was so mad. Oh, I was pissed. I was heated. But anyway, have you guys seen Dune Prophecy from HBO? It's on Amazon Prime if you've got that. I mean, I don't know if you can play it free for Amazon Prime, but oh my god. Oh my, like the opening scene is just banger after banger, and it shows the Budlarian Jihad. It's the end of the Budlarian Jihad, but as much as they play their cards close, they know what's coming. Oh yeah, 100%. That's why they don't tell us, lol. No, true, true, true. Are aliens real? I mean, did you if you heard the Pentagon, the Pentagon, you know, watch the Budlarian Jihad is. So it only shows like, hold on, I'm gonna have to mute myself real quick. Desktop audio. Hold on. Amazon. Hopefully I didn't get... So if you go... Yeah, so the first like minute of Dune Prophecy is like the tail end of the Budlarian Jihad. Um, but it's just a banger. Like that first minute is amazing. I didn't think they were gonna touch the Budlarian Jihad. I thought they were gonna mention it, but I didn't think that they were actually going to talk about like the war between, you know, the war between basically the um what's it called, the war between like that stuff. So it's amazing, amazing. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's really good. Now, granted, it's for those of you that aren't like necessarily too big into the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood, or you don't necessarily dig the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood. It's the story about them and how they started. But bro, not bad, not bad at all. Boo! It's value. The value added here in Canada. I need to subscribe to Crave. I can't just get it with my base Amazon Prime subscribe. Yeah, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But if you watch it, it's a banger of a show. Like the first episode, I think is about 70 minutes long. Oh my god. Oh my god. And they talk about um now it's not House Carino. This isn't I don't think the Padishah, the emperor, is House Carino. Um because their uniform is different. It almost looks Atreides. There are ways. Yes, plans within plans. Ways within ways. The wheel ever turns. Cuz like I said, his uniform is different from House Carino. In a lot of the older um it's more harkened back to like the older versions of the depictions of the emperor, the Padishah emperor, um, and whatnot. But his uniform almost looks like Mark Strong, I think his name is. Yeah, Mark Strong. Um, he is playing as the emperor. Um, and uh, he's playing as the emperor in in Dune Prophecy. Oh, he is Carino. That's weird because they didn't say his name. It is Carino. Oh, so it is the so he is the Padishah Emperor. So it is House Carino. Oh, I thought it wasn't for a second because his uniform's different. His uniform looks like an Atreides uniform, except instead of eagles, it's got like what looks like to be dwarven runic script on the collars instead of the eagles. Yeah, I didn't think it was House Carino. So he is Carino. I'm sorry. I didn't pick that up. Huh. Well, you live and you learn. That is fantastic work, I'll tell you. Bloody genius. Really good. You guys, you're in for a treat. You guys are going to be in for a treat. Ooh, maybe we'll do that too. We'll do like a Dune night where we watch some of the Dune stuff. But yeah, just banger after banger. They're really good. Carino was always the Imperial House. I thought they weren't. I thought the Imperial House wasn't always Carino. Never have seen Dune? Bro, come on. Yeah, I thought Carino was like one of the few houses that like always was in contender for the Lion Throne. It's been a while since I've read the books, so like I said, I could be wrong. Or if I'm wrong, I know I'm not as well versed in Dune as I should be. It's been a long time. I think I read the books when I was like 17, so it's been a hot minute. Kelly, you're killing me. I can't believe you've never seen Dune. Like Dune is like so for those of you that don't know how why it's so big, why Dune is such a big thing within the science fiction universe. Dune is to Lord of the Rings as sci-fi is to fantasy. Everything that you could think of when it comes to like the grim dark of 40K, the grim dark of Trench Crusade, the like or whenever there's like a ancient and noble house, you know, that's what Dune is talking. That's all Dune. When they talk about admittedly, some of the latter of Brian Herbert's was may have retconned that, but originally, if you became emperor, it would either be by being a Carino or marrying into the Carino line. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. That makes sense now. Okay, that makes sense now. Like I said, it's been a while since I've read the book, so Johnny, you probably know more than me when it comes to Dune. But back to what I was saying, like Lord of the Rings is literally all of fantasy. We're playing in J.R.R. Tolkien's playground when we talk about Lord of the Rings. Elves are very fey, or the elves are considered fey. They're very fair. They have pointy ears. They live long. They're in tune with either nature or magic or both. They're so sensitive that if they if they start to if things are out of balance, they are out of balance. All that stuff. Dwarves uh, are more attuned to earth and more attuned to the mountains and nature and stone and all that stuff. They dig, they mine, they're technologically more savvy, all that stuff. Um, Orcs are orcs, so like Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien, that is like that's been driving a lot of fantasy for a very long time. But Dune is the science fiction equivalent of Lord of the Rings. When Frank Herbert made Dune, he set the tone for a lot of science fiction genres way after his time and way after Brian Herbert took up the mantle himself. So um, it's when you when you talk about um, when you talk about 40K, a lot of 40K's material is based off of Dune. I mean, they take the God Emperor. Granted, it's not a giant human worm. You know, hybrid and the Golden Path and all that stuff, but there's a lot. There's a lot. That's how Leto got in. He married. You mean Paul? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how Paul got his in. He married Aurelian of Carino, which relegated Chani to consort status. Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, then okay, that's what I thought. For some reason I thought that the house names changed. It's been a long time. Heresy. No, I mean you joke as you say heresy, but it's true. Like Dune is literally there's a lot inside of Dune that's a blueprint for 40K and any other science fiction genre. I mean, if you look at Starship Troopers, it's basically a blueprint of what the Sardaukar would be. But instead of prisoners, it's civilians that are citizens of the Federation that want to be, or civilians of the set of Federation that want to be civilians or citizens. Um, if you marry the Imperial line, you become one with the Imperial line. Okay, all right. Thank you for correcting me. That's why I like having you around, Johnny. Besides being a good friend, you keep me honest. But anyway, that's I mean, you want to talk about like um you want to talk about any sort of science fiction that has to deal with thinking machines or AI revolting against human beings, and then those human beings then um, uh, putting down that AI rebellion and then banning thinking machines or AI. I'm a nerd of long tenure. What can I say? You very much are, man. Like, I mean, I bow to your veterancy. You and I came up. I think you and I came up. You came up a little longer than I did, but we share the same pedigree almost. Except, again, you're a veteran compared to me. I mean, hell, Star Wars, the Force. Some people would say is connected to kind of the spice melange and those psychic effects and all that stuff and selective like obviously before that and whatnot. Where Star Wars definitely took a lot from Dune. Just George Lucas decided to throw in a lot of more Eastern culture and all that stuff, um, and you know took more of it from World War II and Eastern culture and all that stuff, World War II dogfighting and all that stuff, and Eastern culture with the samurai and Ronin and all that stuff. But like, there's still blueprints of Dune inside Star Wars DNA. You know, there are definitely parallels between the Butlerian Jihad and 40K's Dark Age of Tech. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. It's like copy paste. The only difference is you're talking about the men of iron, the men of gold, and the men of stone versus the thinking machines, the AI of the Butlerian Jihad. I mean, you want to talk about the psychic awakening in 40K? That's the navigators in. I mean, for God's sakes, they stole the same name. The Navigators of the Spacing Guild is basically the Astronavigation, is the Navis Nobilite. 40K stealing others' IP inconceivable. I mean, yeah, it really much is. You keep using that word. I don't think you know what that means. Inconceivable. You've bested my giant, which means you must be incredibly strong. You've bested my swordsman. Hyde's old concept art from Adeptus Arbites with Judge Dredd folks. Oh yeah, 100%, bro. Like 40K is literally the ad libs of science fiction. I think the only thing they didn't steal from is Guy Fawkes. Is V for Vendetta. Unless you want to talk about like the politics of it, where you make a crisis and then you allow a fascist government to take over. But that's more political science, like all that stuff. But I mean, maybe there is a regiment, a bunch of just Guy Fawkes masks wearing guardsmen running around saying "Remember the 5th of November," not knowing exactly what it means. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Their battle cry, penny for the guy. Look at the original concept art of Necromunda Venators and tell me that mask doesn't remind you of Guy Fawkes. Oh, see, you're going into the deep. You're quoting some deep lore magic right there. Holy shit, hold on. I don't see any. Hey, Russ, how's it been, man? I don't see any concept art of it, unfortunately. I see some models, but I don't see any concept art. It's all right. You can call me brother. No worries. Remember when Google search image was actually good? I don't know what I mean. Dilbert. I'll try and find some posts on Discord. All right, Russ, we were actually talking about Dune Prophecy. Have you managed to watch the first episode of Dune Prophecy? No, I have not. Should I? It's fantastic. If you're interested in like the origin story of the Bene Gesserit, and like you want some a kind of a light Game of Thrones like political intrigue style stuff, um, but with all like the heavy prophecies of the Fremen and all that. Oh my God! Yes, yes, you should watch it. Um, and I was telling Zed that uh, the first minute of the show shows the tail end of the Budlarian Jihad, and it's fantastic. Oh, it's fantastic. Okay, we'll add that to the watch list. Like I said, you don't have to. And we were talking also about is that on Prime Video? Yeah, yeah, 100%. 100% it's on Prime Video. I think I think the first episode is free or not free, but like if you have Prime, you're allowed to watch it. Um but it is on HBO Max as well. So if you have that subscription, you know, you should be able to access it too. Okay, because December 10th is the yeah secret level with the Warhammer animation. Yes, yes, it is. So secret level is by the same producers of Love, Death, and Robots. So if you're familiar with the Love, Death, and Robots stuff, it's the same. It's the same. It's either similar animations. Check the Discord art gallery. Oh yeah. Yeah, very much kind of penny for the Guy Fox masks. We were talking about Necromunda as well. Yeah, I'm actually curious what that 40K animation is going to be because I can't those those Marines that they were showing kicking ass. I didn't see any chapter sigils on their pauldrons, so I'm curious if they're going to be. Um, it's been confirmed it's Titus. Oh, okay, all right. I didn't see any Ultramarine sigils. So is it Titus during his Death Watch years? Which kind of would be cool. Get to see more of like what the Death Watch does. Which yeah, they're a bunch. They're Xenos hunters, but you know, maybe before the Titus looks younger. Okay, all right. Oh no, damn it! That's not what I wanted. Oh, and there's a head that dropped. His armor is blue, so Ultra Zera. Oh, okay. So probably before he was probably during his time in the battle companies before he got raised up to be a captain. It definitely would have to be before the Graya mission. Deathwatch would be black armor with an ultra shoulder pad. Yep, 100%. So the one thing I struggle with the Imperial Guard is painting faces. It is a constant struggle. I am excited to see the D&D animation. Check Discord to how to paint IG faces. All right, hold on. This is the only tried and true method of painting. Oh my God, facts, facts. I'm actually kind of there. Hold on, let me try and get the camera to zoom in. They have seen horror. I'm trying to get the skin as thin as the paint as thin as I can when it comes to the skin. Make sure there was no heads that dropped. I thought I felt a bit just drop right now. I don't think it did. Materials required: Cadian, skin tone, liquid pen, felt tip, then boom, face like that. I mean, it's good. I'm not gonna lie, it's better than what I normally do. Yeah, let me try and get this guy's face. I mean, it's come on, zoom in, you bastard. I mean, there he is. That's almost dead on from the for the picture. Uh, serious that's a skin tone with a wash. Too much at a dot in the middle. I mean that's what it like. This is what one of my faces look like. It's not that off. I mean, if you wanna also look at like, hold on. Oh my God, no! Damn it! There he is. All you needed is to fix the eyes from awe surprise to a little more intense concentration. Yeah, I think I think I do need to do that. Like here's the paint the eye dot wider and bigger. Here's another one. Hold on, if it'll let me. Here you go. Here's that face. I am trying to be better at painting faces. I really am. It's so hard. I don't know how heavy metal guys do it. I really don't. It's impressive what they do. And then I think my be strong clearance. And then there's this one. This one I've done a little bit of work. Hold on. Then go back over the bottom eyelid with a single sideways line. This one I actually did pretty damn well on. This one I actually did pretty damn well. I was actually really happy how he turned out. And the last one's good, intense. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you know, I'm not the best painter, but I try. I really try. Not the surprised. Yeah, it's just painting faces is really difficult. I'm gonna find a face I've painted. This one I've used a little bit of modeling to try and get like a sunburned or a different kind of skin tone. I hope that one worked out the way I really do. Where's that kitty? There we go. On a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, I am gonna say I'm gonna say 3. There we go. Hey, Quackamole. Oh, Russ, that's really good. Circa 98? My God, man. Better than me, I'll tell you that much. I'll have to take pictures of my faces that I've painted, and you guys can render judgment. Tell me how heretical my painting is. Yeah, see how I've painted I painted back over the bottom eyelid. Yeah, no, I have. It's really good. How's it going? It's going great. It's just, I'm struggling painting faces. The fucking worst part of the Imperial Guard is painting everybody's face. I think what I'll do is I'll post on the Discord all the faces that I've painted so far. Like everyone can just roast me for the amount of heresy I've committed against the human form. That's why you play Krieg, no faces to paint. Algie, hello, both Space Marines and Space Orcs. Hey, Algie, it's been a while. My God, man. 'Too bad a lot of Darren Latham's old tutorials and got taken down. GW wasn't happy with them. He had some amazing face painting tutorials. Yeah, yeah. It's the one thing I like. So there's actually a Warhammer store in Lancaster or Palmdale that is closed right now because they don't have an employee able to work there. I thought they managed to hire somebody, but they didn't. Um, and like that's the one thing like I kind of wish GW was. I wish they weren't so zealous about their IP and about like the community and painting tutorials and all that stuff. Um, because they should have just kept it, should have just kept it up because I think people who like really are passionate about the hobby and who used to work for them um, should be able to like be like, hey, this is what I've done, yada yada, and all that stuff. By the way, for those of you that don't know, algae is like one of the few like asides. Algae is like was one of the few people that found my channel on Twitch and promoted it a lot. Like like Casual Mark f- was like one of my original supporters on YouTube, but Algae was one of the original supporters on Twitch. He still works for them. That's the problem. Well, what I mean, like promoted, like you and I used to play together, and whenever we streamed, it was like you were a big advocate of like whenever we streamed together and all that stuff. Like he followed me because I played X-wing a lot, and I followed him because he played like a lot of old retro games that we used to love together. And that's what I mean. Sorry, I I'm terrible at explaining things when I'm trying to paint. But like when you see the paint difference. Oh yeah, yeah, I kind of see it. Listen, if just playing was supportive, I'm happy. Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. But that's what I mean. Like you were a huge supporter, huge supporter. You still are, man. I kind of want to do a retro game night one of these days where we get back on like the old game stuff and fly around. Actually, that's one thing I wish Star Wars Squadrons was like X-wing Alliance. Oh my God, I wish Star Wars Squadrons was X-wing Alliance. It's such a good game, but or such potential, but tripped at the finish line. Because let me tell you, X-Wing Alliance is a solid fucking retro game. You want to get, well, I say retro, it came out in 1998, but you know, gotta go have a good one, do. Nice to see everyone online. Yeah, no, 100%. Appreciate you, Russ. Hey, Algie, what retro game are you going to be playing probably over the weekend? Do you stream anymore? I hope you stream. I haven't been able to swing by your channel in a while. I'm playing D&D games. I hope they find a solution to my bug in Dragon Age. The Secret of the Silver Blades. Oh, okay. Was that when did that get released? Oh, what bug in Dragon Age? 1990, I think. Oh, cool, cool. Is it is it in Greyhawk, Dragonlance, Faerun? Well, if it's 90, I would think it was like Dragonlance, Invisible Wall, and a side quest. Ah, that sucks. Forgotten Realms. Oh, okay, all right. What's your character in this one for the Secrets of the Silver Blade? It came out right after Champions of Krynn. It's one of the most important side quests too. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I heard this Dragon Age failed to live up to expectations. So in these gold box games, you need to create a party of not just four but six characters. Ooh, I like it. It's like more of a fleshed out uh, team.